Hey, Screaming Geek Media here. I am Jerry the Geek. Today we're going to be talking about the 4K of Batman Begins. But before we dive in, please, if you like physical media, like 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, home theater in general, movies, anything like that, anything to do with custom covers, collection updates. If you like Xbox, So please check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, and turn your bell notifications on. So this video we're going to talk about Batman Begins on 4K. A movie came out in 2005. PG-13. You got Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Gary Oldman, Liam Neeson, Rutger Hauer. He's sadly missed. He had some really good movies. Did some oddball stuff. Also directed by Christopher Nolan. This was a great reboot of the Batman franchise. I know, the previous franchise that was started by Tim Burton. I never really cared for him, even though I loved Michael Keaton as Batman and Bruce Wayne, but the movies themselves just never they just never passed the muster in my book. I never really cared for them. But this goes back to the beginning, it gets to the roots of his character, how he became who he is. He doesn't like how the justice system works. And he goes off and, travels the world and, gets involved with the crime, kind of gets into those dark areas and learn more and learn how to fight and wants to, fight the injustice. And once he, is trained by Liam Neeson's character, Deckard, the League of Shadows, he basically leaves them, comes back to Gotham and introduces the Batman. Again, in my opinion, this was a great reboot. I really love this film. A lot of it has that dark, gritty feel to it, which is, I think, really was Gotham is about. It goes back to the roots of Batman. So this 4K release comes from Warner Brothers. Came out in 2017. Individually and through the trilogy. The movie was filmed originally on 35mm. Finished with an HDR10. And very impressive, again, with being real gritty, It doesn't really have the polished look of some of your other movies out there. But the details are there, nice and solid. The black levels are incredible. Textures are also there. The one scene where he finds the flower, and the close-up he's holding the flower, and you see the glove and the cuff of the coat. The textures just leap off the screen there. Being a gritty movie, it doesn't have a lot of color to it. There's pops of color here and there, the greens of the grass, that purple flower. Now, the details of when the young Bruce at the beginning falls into that well. When the bats are flying around him, you can see the leaves, the details. The leaves really come off the screen there. When you see the League of Shadows, when he was finishing up his training, all the different shades of the black, the textures. During training, when one of the shots where Deckard blocks the sword when he puts his hand up, all the details of the armor really stand out. Very impressive. So overall, very solid presentation here. Now, to compare it with a Blu-ray, I didn't compare it with the Blu-ray in this set. I compared it with the Blu-ray I originally owned. And in itself, the Blu-ray was very impressive. I was surprised at how much detail even showed up on it. Your main difference between the two, the 4K, the HDR, the color grading, it has a much warmer feel than the Blu-ray, which has a much cooler. And that, that warmer tones, the colors pop a little bit more. Where the Blu-ray, the colors are a little bit more muted. So definitely it's a nice little upgrade over the Blu-ray in my opinion. So here, check out a few screenshots comparing the Blu-ray and the 4K. And we'll come back and talk about the audio, packaging, and the bonus features. And we'll see you in a couple minutes. Now for the audio, they gave us a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, which is surprising because the previous Blu-ray releases from Warner, they gave us a Dolby True HD. So I was surprised they didn't do a Atmos mix here. They just stuck with a DTS 5.1. But the DTS track is very well done. Has nice clear dialogue throughout, channel separation, great use of surrounds in different scenes, nice balance across the front. Your definitely highlights would be your the echoes in the cave. You know, as the older Bruce goes down. You got the bats flying around. You got the waterfall. So a lot of nice little subtle details that really pop. You know, kind of it really pulls you into the situation. And nice bass whenever, you know, it's needed during some of the action sequences, which this, you know, movie doesn't have as much as the, you know, Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, but there are some really good bass and really intense soundtrack. And the score really pops as well. It was done by James Newton Howard and Hans Zimmer. You know, both of those guys, they've scored some fantastic films over the years. Now for the packaging, even though it's in a trilogy, they actually are packaged individually. You know, standard keep case. Open up, and you got the 4K and the Blu-ray, and actually, there's actually 2 discs here. They actually got the special features on a separate disc behind. So they got 3 discs in this set. Now together, like I said, here's the actual trilogy sets. A nice little slip box. So you get all 3 movies individually. So when it comes to sets, I mean, a lot of times as a collector, those digipacks are kind of nice, but practical use, I never really liked them. I like having them in individual cases like this. Now for the bonus features, we have quite a bit here. We got they actually add into the Dark Knight IMAX prologue, Tank Man Begins, which is a Batman Begins spoof. Batman A Journey Begins, where they talk about the concept, design, and development of the film, as well as the casting of Batman himself. Shaping Mind and Body, in which you observe Christian Bale's transformation into Batman. Gotham City Rises, where you witness the creation of Gotham City, the Batcave, Wayne Manor, and more. Cape and Cowl, the development of the Batsuit. Batman the Tumbler, the reinvention of the Batmobile. Which I didn't mention in the beginning talking about the movie itself, but I know when the Batmobile, before the movie came out and they first started release, you know, pictures leaked online of what the Batmobile looked like, and the internet just freaking blew up. I mean, at first, my first impression was like, "What the fuck are they thinking? That stuff is ugly." I said, "What the hell?" But once you see the movie, it works. It is really cool, but it does work in the context. And when you watch the movie, you know, it does fit. It doesn't, you know, it's not the ugly duckling that we thought it was when they first showed it. Next up, we have the Path to Discovery. Look at the first week of filming on rugged and remote Iceland locations. Saving Gotham City, the development of miniatures, CGI, and effects for the monorail chase scene. Genesis of the Bat, a look at the Dark Knight's incarnation and the influences on the film. Reflections on writing Batman Begins with David S. Goyer. Digital Batman, the effects you may have missed. Batman Begins stunts, and a theatrical trailer. So quite a bit here to go through. I've yet to check out any of the bonus features. Haven't had time for it. Just went through these movies last week. So to wrap it up, damn good solid release here from Warner Brothers. You know, for the average person, yeah, you're not going to see a big uptick in the, you know, just slight details improvements for the 4K. You know, the big differences is going to be your color timing, your HDR, the pops of color. I mean, if you have the blue, you know, it's all your own preferences. You know, like I said, the Blu-ray looks amazing, but yeah, the 4K just bumps it up a little bit. Now, cost-wise, individually, this one costs $22.39. Or you can buy the trilogy set here for $46.99 currently. But beware, if you're buying a trilogy, the set, depends on if you want the digital or not. You know, the one here, does not come with the digital. Apparently, this is like a second or third pressing. Where I found on when looking on Blu-ray.com, the pictures they shows that actually includes digital, and you'll actually find them on eBay. So yeah, beware if you buy this trilogy. If you want the digital or not, just be careful what you get. So if you want the digital, you're gonna pay you might pay a few extra bucks, but for me, I could care less about it, so save the money. Yeah, overall, this is a very nice addition to the collection. I definitely recommend picking it up. It's nice to have. So that pretty much does it for my look at Batman Begins on 4K. Please check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on for future videos. So we'll see you soon. Geek out.